These are the 3 stocks I'm buying in June 2024. Visa, Microsoft, and Rolls-Royce. Now you know what I'm buying, but if you want to know why I'm buying into these companies, then stick around for the rest of the video where I'll be explaining why I'm buying into them and why I'm going to continue buying into them. Let's get into the video. At the time of filming this video, Microsoft are the largest company in the world. With a market cap of $3.15 trillion, they're still ahead of Apple with a market cap of $3 trillion, and they're still ahead of Nvidia, who have been climbing fast recently, who have a market cap of just under $3 trillion. So why would I be looking at the most valuable company in the world and considering buying in at the top? Well, AI. Microsoft are at the forefront of the AI revolution. They have a large stake in OpenAI, which is the company that has created ChatGPT and the current brand name of AI. OpenAI is in talks with Apple to become a staple on all of their devices, meaning that they would be in the hands of hundreds of millions of people all around the world, using their data to train their AI models and being constantly used by all of these millions of people, forming the connection with the public that OpenAI and ChatGPT is AI, and with the potential for millions, if not billions or trillions of dollars to run through OpenAI and therefore through to Microsoft. With this strong position in one of the biggest AI companies, Microsoft is set to benefit from this over the next few years. I should note that Microsoft don't actually own OpenAI. They don't actually have a stake in OpenAI. They've invested around $13 billion, which means that they're entitled to some of the profits that come from the company. But I'm sure Microsoft will still have close ties with OpenAI going into the future. The stock price is currently up 14% since the start of 2024 and up 30% in the last year. We are at all-time highs, but I believe that the bull market is not at its peak yet. So I have a big portion of my portfolio in Microsoft. It's around 9% of the portfolio, which is my third biggest position, and I'm also up 60% on the position. But I'm definitely looking to buy more. So those are my thoughts for continuing to buy into Microsoft. Stick around to the end of the video to find out why I'm buying into Rolls-Royce. But next up is Visa. The world's most recognized and used global payments system, strong revenues and even stronger cash flows. They pay a consistent and reliable dividend and are involved in the majority of payments across the world. I believe this company is resilient in times of fear and doubt due to their strong brand value and their monopoly in the payment systems market. And they take advantage in times of greed due to their scalability and mass adoption, which means they grow when everyone else grows. The more payments made with Visa, the more money Visa makes, and they can raise prices as needed. Visa has very strong cash flows. It's been growing year on year. Just here shows the quarterly cash flow, and we can see that there is a half-yearly trend. There are 2 quarters that have higher cash flow than the other 2 quarters. It's easy to see when I take out the cumulative factor. There are 2 quarters that have higher free cash flow than the other 2 quarters. So here we can see the last 2 quarters, and then the last 2 years before that. And if we follow the trend, so these are the last 2 quarters, these are the 2 quarters before that, and those are the 2 quarters before that. These 2 quarters are like for like. So if we follow the trend, the next 2 quarters after will be similar to these, so we should see some good growth. We'll see this when they announce their earnings in July. The stock price is up 7.5% this year and up 25% in the last 12 months. I think there's more growth to see this year and in the foreseeable future. So those are my thoughts on Visa. Now onto my final stock pick for June 2024, Rolls-Royce. Rolls-Royce are at the forefront of war. They take advantage of strife and turmoil across the globe, and there's never a shortage of that these days. With conflicts such as the ones in the Middle East and Eastern Europe, the demand for things that Rolls-Royce produces has gone up, such as power systems for air, land, and sea. Rolls-Royce has seen their stock price rocket up since the midway point of 2023, up 53% in 2024, and over 200% in the last 365 days. They're also incredibly needed in the aviation industry, as they supply engines for planes and maintenance to go along with that. The recovery of the commercial flights industry since the pandemic has provided Rolls-Royce with a backbone for their own recovery. These contracts are very lucrative and repeatable for Rolls-Royce, providing a long runway of revenues and cash flow for the company. The final point to note about Rolls-Royce is that they're heavily laden with debt. Now this comes from the pandemic because of all the shutdowns that went on during that period, but interest rates are going to be coming down towards the end of this year, so this is good news for the company, as they'll be able to pay off their debt or move it on to lower interest rate. With all of this in mind, I do believe that Rolls-Royce will continue on their path to steady growth and revenue, and hopefully some really good gains in the stock price. So I am going to be buying more of this company going forward. Do you agree with me? Would you buy any of these companies? Or is there any companies that you're buying in June? Let me know down in the comments and I'll give you a reply.